impeach Rosenstein, or whatever his name is. And, they jumped up and said, well, he's withholding information from Congress. And then I guess somebody reminded them that if you impeach somebody, they're allowed to get up in court and say things and present evidence. And so the very next day, the Republicans, I kind of get the two confused, jump up and say, well, we changed our mind. He's not such a bad guy. You gotta love it. I mean, they have softer shoes than a lot of hookers in San Francisco. I mean, they have less of a spine than a jellyfish. And that's not a lot of spine. But hey, I'm behind on my tokes, so hang on a second and let me take a couple of tokes so that I can be inspired to say something. But I read in the on the internet that they may soon come out with these pills that will help you reverse your age. What's it called? NAD Plus? I forget what the NAD part stands for, but I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with your NADs, if you're a guy. That may not have come out quite the way I intended it to, but the point is that you'll soon be able to take these pills, which, by the way, have been tested on mice, and they smooth the skin and cause the hair to grow back, which is pretty cool as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I could use fewer bags around my eyes. Let's see what else is going on. Oh yeah, they found water on Mars, which is pretty cool. And that will make things very nice because, the Newfield Council on Bioethics, which is an independent UK-based organization that deals with ethical issues in things like biology and medicine. Well, they came out finally and said that creating genetically modified babies is morally permissible, quote unquote. Well, that's nice to know, but what does it do for my aging back? Absolutely nothing. That's what. How about, something that will genetically modify my aching back? That doesn't do any... babies, that doesn't do me any good. I'm 60 years old. You really think I'm going to have a baby at this point in my life? What we do know is that CRISPR, which is the programming thingy that they use to modify existing human beings, does not, as it turns out, it does not cause unintended mutations in monkeys. So those of you who are monkeys, you know who you are, Republicans. Need not fear that CRISPR will turn you into a Democrat, because it won't happen. Because science. Yeah, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, well, whatever happened to all those moon rocks? Well, they're still sitting down at NASA gathering dust. And NASA is going to send a satellite to the sun. I don't know, solar panel power, whatever. I don't know why they're sending it there. Maybe they just want to blow shit up. Scientists are working on making it possible for people to hear better, because they created this last week a new way to create cochlear implants that allow gerbils to hear light. Yeah, I said it. Hear light. Something we've all wanted to do. I'm sure we've all wanted to hear light from time to time. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see. Facebook needs humans and algorithms to... I'm just reading some of these highlight headlines that I see, because, well, let's face it, That's all you really need to see anymore is just the headlines, right? Facebook needs humans and algorithms to filter hate speech. Well, no duh. You know, I knew that. I could have told them that. And scientists use EEG machine to create digital images from brain activity. Well, that seems reasonable. I mean, you can use them for other stuff too, I'm sure. I mean, otherwise, why invent them? Let's see. Uber and Lyft still allow racist behavior, but not as much as taxi services do. Well, that's interesting. Seems taxi drivers are 73% more likely to cancel on black riders than white ones. I guess they have eyesight problems or something. I don't know. I don't see what difference it makes. Money's money, isn't it? I mean, come on, guys. Grow up. Join reality. Join the 21st century. I mean, we live in an age when the FCC doesn't really care about your problems with your internet provider because, well, why should they? Unless, of course, you pay them because that's what they do. They are a government agency paid for with your tax dollars, and they now charge you to actually do anything on your behalf unless you pay them. And that's as it should be. You pay them to stay open, and then you pay them again to actually do anything for you. Doesn't that sound fair? Yeah, it sounds like it sucks to me, too. Maybe that's why Amazon's facial recognition system accidentally, I'm sure it was an accident, matched 28 members of Congress to mugshots. That's... Was it really an accident? I mean, Jim Jordan is surviving and thriving despite the fact that he's under charges for sexual abuse. I mean, all he had to do was say that when Paul Ryan leaves, he's going to take his place. Wow. That's ballsy, don't you think? I mean, but North Korea is finally going to hand over what? U.S. remains. Apparently, these bodies of these guys have been sitting there for 60 years, and, well, what did they get in return? Well, Trump to leave them the hell alone. Well, I wish he would leave me the hell alone. Do I have to promise him not to build nukes? Because I mean, I have no problem with not building nuclear weapons. I mean, I can promise that I never will, as long as I get certain concessions. Yeah. Certain concessions, like, you know, a house in Malibu would be nice. You see, I can be negotiated with. I am easy to negotiate with. And oh, good news. My cell phone lives. I thought it was dead, but yea, though it was dead, it did live. It turned out it needed to be charged up. So, you know, science comes in handy. Let's see, what else? My Kindle reader finally rose from the dead as well. Turned out it needed to be charged up too. You know, you gotta charge these devices once in a while, or else they just die on you. And once they die, I mean, it takes forever. So I told Hubby, I just, bring to me the head of Alfredo Garcia. No, bring to me a new battery so that it can hold a charge more than 30 seconds. I tend to think that this might help. I mean, what do you think? You think that might help? I think it should help. And my opinion is the only one that matters because, hey, it's my cell phone. I mean, if you want to have an opinion about a cell phone, great. Have an opinion about your own damn cell phone. See what I care. And you can spell it. Oh, I'm thinking about trying to actually get this. I was talking to a fellow about maybe helping to raise money for some better equipment so that we can do things like have live callers during the show and maybe actually interview people. I don't know who I would interview. Maybe it might be you. Who knows? Who cares? Who cares? Who knows? Who knows? Who cares? I don't know. Do you? I mean, if you do, let me know. Because, hey, wait a minute. I'm a little behind here. Hang on. So when shall we three meet again in thunder, lightning, or in rain? When the Hurlbury's done. What's a Hurlbury anyway? Always wondered that about that play. What the hell is a Hurlbury? Anyway, that was Three Witches. See, that's the only line, one of the few lines from Macbeth that I remember. Well, that and out, damn spot. And that's pretty much all I remember. You know, it's supposed to be bad luck to say the name of that play, so I won't say the name of the show, Macbeth. Oh, great Godfrey, I've done it. Great Caesar's ghost. What do atheists say when in these times of trouble? Mother Mary comes to me? I don't know. That was a great song, though. Anyway... So yeah, I would like to have people on the show and have you call in and maybe we could have a conversation because, you know, as it is, it's just me sitting here talking to myself, really, in an empty room with a microphone, and that's kind of boring. At least it's boring to me. I mean, I need to talk to people, live people. Not all the time, but sometimes. My cat just sits here looking at me like, oh my God, is she high again? Yes, Molly, I'm high. Don't make a big thing of it. I mean, it's not like I forget to fill your bowl. I put food in there and everything. What? Don't look at me like that. Okay. All right. Right after the show, I'll put some snacks in. You want treats now? Okay. Okay, there you go. Now, leave me the hell alone. And, of course, off she goes. So, but that's cats for you. You know, cats do not have owners. They have staff. You know, let's get that clear right out the door right now. I mean, that's all we are to a cat, is just a glorified, stupid kitten. That's really all we are. You know? And they don't have much patience for stupid kitties. Which is why you never see a cat voting for Trump or any other Republican. Huh? Did you ever think about that? Well, I'm going to think about that in about a minute or so. Because that's about all we have time for that's left. I mean, that's about all the time we have left in the show is about 1 minute. So how can I wind up this last minute on the show? Well, let's see. We talked about the fact that I'm not really interested in converting to Islam or anything else. We have talked about Trump and the Republicans, and we've talked a little bit about science. And what else have we talked about? Oh yes, we talked about Molly. Don't forget Molly. You know, she's got to be talked about because, you know, the only thing worse than being talked about is not talked about. So until next week, professional dreamers, don't forget to tune in, turn on, and dream bigger dreams because the ones you're dreaming are not big enough. So think big, talk big, act big, and dream big, and you'll be big. And that's the name of that tune.
You never know what she'll say next. You've been listening to The Professional Dreamer with your host, Jennifer Warren. Tune in every Sunday for another look at the wild world of weird from Jennifer Warren on this podcast.